What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Hybrid Network and yet another DC Extended Universe topic video. Today we're going to be taking a bit of a ride on the dark side as we talk about the upcoming Black Adam solo movie, and more specifically what the storyline for the film could possibly be. Before we get into all of that, however, I never actually got to say what I thought about the project, and quite frankly I think it's a brilliant move. While I wasn't as ecstatic for some of the other spin-off titles that the DCEU had been announcing previously, I was actually really excited when I heard Black Adam would be getting his own movie. If there was ever any quote-unquote villain character that truly deserved their own movie, it would be Black Adam. And the fact that we get to see him in his own movie before he fights with Captain Marvel tells me that he's probably going to be one of the most interesting comic villains in the DCEU, if not all comic movies in general. Simply put, Black Adam is a character with a deep moral complexity, one that's ripe for unearthing within the confines of a solo movie. The question is, how do you approach his solo movie? Well, fear not, for I just might have a few ideas. The no-brainer pick is obviously to set the film in the past, either in ancient Egypt or Kahndaq, with both settings having their own unique benefits to the story. Egypt would allow the DCEU to keep a semblance of realism within their universe, something they really seem to want to stand by moving forward. Having a villain tied to an actual real-world country would do just that. Not to mention that when the character is brought into the modern day, real-world politics can play a huge factor into a story moving forward. It helps to further cement the realistic worldview that the DCEU is striving to achieve. If they were to go with the Kahndaq setting, it would allow the DCEU to actually flesh out their universe a little bit more, and it would further introduce new concepts and characters moving forward. Anyway, a traditional origin would see a Teth Adam gifted with the powers of the wizard Shazam, and would showcase the Mighty Atom, his original name for those of you wondering, protecting his country from outside threats that would seek to harm his fellow citizens. However, disagreeing with the methods of his ruler, Adam would attempt to usurp the throne and rule his nation as he sees fit, much to the chagrin of the wizard. The two would eventually face each other, with the wizard having no choice but to banish his chosen champion into the far reaches of the universe, fearing that Teth's unrivaled power would eventually lead him down a path of malice and hatred against all who would dare challenge his authority. As an origin, it'd detail the dark path Adam falls down. It would outline his ideology perfectly moving forward into the DCEU, on how he stands against those that would enslave and oppress, building the character up as a major player and elevating him far beyond the status of being simply another villain. Of course, I figured that I'd at least have to discuss the possibility that the Black Adam movie would see the character fighting against the Man of Steel himself, considering that Dwayne Johnson and Henry Cavill took to Twitter to spread some rather cryptic messages. If that is indeed the case, there's actually not much that you have to do to change anything. You would just have to show the origin in a flashback. You showcase two stories that would end up converging on each other, each of which display Adam's character and the path that he's chosen for himself. The past would detail Black Adam fighting against the wizard Shazam, taking that godly power that he's been gifted and using it for his own merits, basically using it to shape the world as he sees fit. You see, it's all about Teth taking that power that he's obtained and fighting with it to help craft a world that he feels is safe to live within. Meanwhile, the present could see his power to protect his country threatened by the presence of Superman, and it's Adam fighting to affirm the safety of his country in the face of beings that could possibly withstand his might. Cause you see, that's the whole thing. Everything revolves around that single proponent of his character. He's someone that strongly disagrees with the idea of oppression and enslavement. It's something that angers him to think that someone else owns another person's life and just everything that they stand for. And he'll fight tooth and nail to preserve the idea of freedom among individuals and the world itself. But those are just my thoughts. The real question is, what do you guys think? How do you think the Black Adam movie should be set up? And are you as excited about the project as I am? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm actually very intrigued to see what you guys have to say. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And go ahead and subscribe to the Hybrid Network to stay all up to date on all of our videos as they come out. Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you next time on the next DC Extended Universe topic video.